In The Philosopher's Stone, Hagrid takes Harry to visit his vault at Gringotts for the first time. Harry was stunned to find endless trove of gold in his vault, proving that he's a rich wizard. So we all wondered how the Potter family came to be so rich, especially given that Harry's parents were only 21 years old when they were murdered. How did Harry inherit so much money when his parents will have only worked 2 years at an okay wage? In today's video, we'll be answering these questions and also explaining why the Weasleys were so poor on the other hand, and why Harry never gave the Weasleys some money. So let's get started. The whole story begins with Linfred Potter. The wizarding family of Potters descends from the 12th century wizard Linfred of Stinchcombe, a locally well-beloved and weird man whose nickname became changing in time to Potter. Linfred was a mysterious and absent-minded fellow whose muggle neighbors often called upon his medicinal services. None of them realized that Linfred's wonderful cures were magical. His reputation as a well-meaning strange served Linfred well. For being closed doors, he was able to continue the series of experiments that laid the foundation of the Potter family fortune. Historians credit Linfred as the originator of a number of remedies that evolved into potions still used to this day, including Skilly-Grow and Papero Potion. We might remember Skilly-Grow from the second book, where Madame Pomfrey treats Harry with it to regrow his arm bones after a Quidditch match. His sales to such cures to fellow witches and wizards enabled him to leave a significant pile of gold. Linfred's eldest son Hardwin married a beautiful young witch by the name of Ailanti Peverell, who came from the village of Godric's Hollow. She was the granddaughter of Ignatius Peverell. In the absence of male heirs, she, the eldest of her generation, had inherited her grandfather's invisibility cloak. From this time on, the cloak was handed down to the eldest in each new generation. James' grandfather, Henry, had a son who was called Flement Potter, Harry's grandfather. It was Flement who took the family gold and quadrupled it. He also had a gift for creating potions. He was the creator of Magicus Leakeasy's hair potion, a beauty product which would later become a favorite of witches, including Hermione. He sold the company at a vast profit when he retired, but no amount of riches could compensate him or his wife Euphemia for their childlessness. They had quite given up hope of a son or daughter when, to their shock and surprise, Euphemia found that she was pregnant and their beloved boy James was born. Flement and Euphemia lived long enough to see James marry a muggle-born girl called Lily Evans, but not to meet their grandson Harry. By 1979, Flement and Euphemia Potter died within a few days after each other, leaving James to inherit the vast family fortune. This enabled him to comfortably support the family without the need for a paying job, and also used his wealth to support Lupin, his best friend, who was jobless due to his werewolf status. Lily and James were murdered in 1981, leaving the whole family fortune to Harry himself. Now, how rich he exactly was is unknown, but his wealth was mentioned throughout the books, and how he was still rich at the end of his Hogwarts years. In The Philosopher's Stone, he took some gold with him and spent it on numerous stuff. In the Chamber of Secrets, Harry felt embarrassed when he and the Weasleys went to Gringotts, and especially when they reached his vault. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry had to exercise a lot of self-control not to spend the whole lot at once. He had to keep reminding himself that he had 5 years to go at Hogwarts, and how it would feel to ask the Dursleys for money for spellbooks. In The Goblet of Fire, Ron made a comment regarding Harry's gold. He told him that it must be to have so much money you don't notice if a pocket full of gallons goes missing. Harry also that year won the Trials of the Tournament purse worth 1,000 gallons, and he gave it to Fred and George to open the jug shop. This proves that Harry was still rich enough to the point he didn't care about the money. In The Half-Blood Prince, Bill passed Harry in the barrow a bucket full of money. He got it out for him from his vault because the goblins had tightened security so much. But even before that, when Sirius died at the end of the Order of Phoenix, the will of Sirius Black left all of the House of Blacks and Sirius' personal possessions to the owner godson, Harry. Harry inherited 12 Grimmauld Place, but because he wanted nothing to do with it, he said that the Order of Phoenix could continue using the house. He also inherited Kreacher the House Elf and all the possessions inside the house, including the whole Black family fortune, which was stored in his vault in Gringotts, making Harry way richer than before. The money Harry has was enough for him to not worry about it during his school years, but he obviously had to work after that to maintain the family's fortune and make sure his children were covered too. Now we'll move to the question of why the Weasley family was so poor in the series. The Weasleys are not especially poor, it's just that Arthur works at a low-paying job at the Ministry and had a huge family to feed. Molly is a housewife and doesn't add to the income. Also, just working in the Ministry of Magic does not mean money. Mr. Weasley was not very high up in the ministry. He worked in the Misses of Muggle Artifacts department, which to most purebloods is something of a joke. His department had 2 people, and he would at best be considered middle management at the ministry. And with a big family, that can't be great for finances. Add to the fact that Mr. Weasley started the job when he married Molly. His salary back then was enough for him, Molly, and their newborn Bill. But the thing is, Arthur's salary remained constant with no promotions or anything, and things got harder when the family had 6 other children as well. So the Weasleys are poor because of having 7 children. Until Bill and Charlie started working, the Weasley family had 1 earning member to take care of the household expenses, education and upbringing of 9 family members. Hogwarts doesn't charge a fee, but the extra books, wands, broomsticks, robes can be quite a dent with 7 children, but it kinda got better with time. Bill and Charlie moved out and started working, although they most likely didn't contribute to the Weasley household once they started the job. Charlie was studying dragons. I'm assuming this was like a research job. Even with payment, I don't think he was in the height earning in the wizarding world. Bill had the most charming job in the Weasley family. He would be fairly well paid, but I think he would need the money for himself. Fred and George also later started the jug shop, gaining extra money for themselves, and Percy started working in the ministry, having a good position with a good salary. So the Weasley family situation didn't go downhill, it became better with time. But one question I've always wondered about: why didn't Harry give the Weasleys some money? He was pretty sure they didn't have a lot, and he knew his gold is more than enough to cover up everything he needs till he graduates from Hogwarts. The answer is simple: Mr. and Mrs. Weasley would never accept the offer at all. They were proud of what they have and what they're capable of. They wouldn't take money from a 12-year-old orphan. Harry was so kind and a good person, and once in the books he thought about giving some money to the Weasleys, but he knew they wouldn't accept it, so he didn't try and embarrass them, especially they were like a family to him. I hope that was enough for today's video. If you have any suggestions, please make sure to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.